Hi, it's Lauren, and I'm here to talk about the important topic of cookie allocation. Allocation is the method by which you give a girl credit for the cookies she has sold. You do this in eBuddy. It is important to allocate cookies because this is how girls earn rewards. You do not need to allocate any cookies sold by a girl on Digital Cookie. It doesn't matter if they were shipped or sold with girl delivery. They are automatically allocated to the girl. You also do not need to allocate cookies that girls sold as part of the initial order. You already allocated them when the initial order was submitted. The cookies you do need to allocate are those sold in person after the initial order period ended on February 5th, and any cookies sold through the Digital Cookie Troop site. The in-person cookies fall into two categories: those sold at booth sales, and those sold not at an official booth sale, but in some other way, additional in-person orders. First, we're going to focus on those in-person cookie sales. So if you only need to know how to allocate cookies for your Digital Cookie Troop site, you can skip ahead to 412. You would have received these in-person cookies in one of two ways. Either they were picked up from a cookie cupboard, or they're from the extras your troop received along with your initial order. We're going to discuss cookies sold at a booth sale first. In eBuddy, go to the Girl Orders tab and then click Record Booth Sale. Click on the booth sale you need to allocate cookies for. Click the Deselect All box. Enter the amount of cookies sold at the booth sale in the boxes provided, and then select the girls you want to allocate those sales to. Then hit the Distribute button to evenly allocate the sales among those girls. If you don't want to allocate evenly, you can enter the numbers manually. The Package column will show the amount of $5 core variety cookies allocated. The Spesh column will show the amount of $6 specialty cookies allocated, and the GOC column will show the amount of Gift of Caring cookies allocated. Hit Submit Sale and you're done. I'll now show how to allocate the cookies sold in person, not at a booth sale, but in some other way, additional in-person orders. Go to the Girl Orders tab and take a look at the numbers on the bottom of your screen. Girl Totals is the amount of packages that have been allocated to your girls so far. Troop Order is the total amount of packages your troop owns. Difference is the difference between those first two numbers. This is the amount of packages you still need to allocate. Once you have allocated all of your troop's cookies, this number will be 0 instead of a negative number. Please note that you cannot allocate more cookies than your troop has purchased. Choose the girl you want to allocate some of these cookies to and click on her name. Hit the Add Transactions button and these green boxes will appear at the bottom of the screen. In the first box, enter a description of what these cookies are. I'm calling them Cupboard Emma 211, as in that's the date she picked them up from a cupboard. If Emma had any additional Gift of Caring packages sold after the initial order, they can go here. You'll be allocating cookies under the Cookie Other and Specialty Other columns. Cookie Other means the $5 core variety packages, and Specialty Other means the $6 specialty packages. So for example, let's say that in this case, these difference cookies came from a cookie cupboard. We can see here that this order had 5 Lemon Ups, 10 Samoas, and 2 Thin Mints, which means it had 17 of the core variety packages. It also had 4 s'mores and 2 Toffee-tastics, so 6 of the $6 specialty packages. Here's how we would enter that info. We would put 17 under Cookie Other and 6 under Specialty Other. Then fill in the payment info if you're keeping track of that here, hit OK, and save. Now let's talk about Digital Cookie Troop site allocation. If you sold any cookies through your Digital Cookie Troop site link, you will need to remove those cookies from the Troop site and put them back into the general pot of your troop so that they can be allocated to your girls. Go to the Girl Orders tab. We can see here that this troop site sold 267 packages. Click on the troop site. You'll then see this screen, which shows all of the troop site sales. Go to the Add Transactions button and you'll see the green boxes appear below. Add a description for what you're doing in the first box. I put Troop Site Allocation. Then you're going to zero out the troop site sales by putting a negative number corresponding with the amount of cookies sold. So for instance, here we're putting negative 22 for gift of caring, negative 210 for cookie other, which means the $5 core variety packages, and negative 35 for specialty other, which means the $6 specialty packages. Please get a pen and paper and write down these numbers so that you can allocate them correctly in a moment. Now hit OK and save. The reason we're doing this is that the Troop site is set up in exactly the same way as all of your girls' sites. So as far as eBuddy knows, Troop site 4343 is just another girl in your troop who sold cookies in exactly the same way that Emma, Grace, Denise, and Sarah did. But since Troop site 4343 isn't a real girl, we're taking her cookies away from her and distributing them to the actual girls in the troop so that they count towards their rewards. Sorry, Troop site 4343. You get it. Okay, now that you've removed the sales from your troop site, go back to the Girl Orders tab. It should now read 0. We have added those 267 packages into the overall pot your troop has to distribute to girls. Now let's say there are 5 active cookie sellers in your troop who you want to allocate those cookies to. You'll need to refer back to your troop site allocation numbers so that you can figure out this math. This is why it's important to write them down. So we've taken our gift of caring, cookie other, and specialty other numbers and divided them by 5. Here's how that math works out. Now choose a girl who you want to allocate these cookies to and click on her name. You allocate these in the same way as all of the non-booth cookies. Go to Add a Transaction, enter a description in the first box, and then enter the numbers in the boxes below. Now hit OK, save, and move on to the next girl. Please note that cookie season ends April 11th and cookie allocation must be done by April 13th. So, for your in-person sales, you can allocate anytime from now until April 13th. For your Troop Link sales, you need to wait until the cookie program has ended. So you just have from April 12th to 13th to do your allocation. And that's it for allocation. Thanks for sticking with me. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the cookie team. We're here to help.